This is Betty. I'm just working on a role play at the moment, so it's taken a while to edit, and I thought, seeing as that was taking me a while, I shall upload a little interim video of Betty. Betty is my Siamese cat. There you go. Say hello, Betty. She is an old style Siamese cat. She's 7 years old now. She will be 8 in October. And when I say old style Siamese, I mean there are around about 4 different colours, original colours of Siamese. Some people debate it. Well, there are said to be 4, but I think there might be 5 now. She is a seal point Siamese, and the 4 main colours of Siamese that were imported from see on this camera, as the lighting's not really very good, but she's got the most amazing bright blue eyes, huge bright blue eyes, and in the daylight they just really, really stand out, and they're beautiful. It's really, really nice to look at. Aren't you, Betty? She knows that she's beautiful, don't you, Betty? It's so placid. People seem to think that, I think Siamese have got a bit of a bad press because they've been in some films, and in these films they've been a bit nasty, but they're not at all. I've had Siamese most of my life. Every cat I've had has been a Siamese, so I know them really, really well, and they're not nasty cats at all. They are the most kind and loving and loyal cats ever, and especially Betty. She's the most placid we've ever had, or I've ever known. She will literally just sit there and let you do anything to her. She's crazy. If there are kids around, she'll just sit there, and you have to make sure that no one's hurting her, because she'll just let it happen. It's crazy. She'll never bite or scratch. She just sits there. If she gets a bit fed up, then she'll walk away, but that's about it. She's so kind. In fact, sometimes children are a little bit rough, not because they're trying to hurt their animals, but I think they're just trying to play, and she'll just start purring. I think she's glad of the attention. And then if she gets a bit fed up, she'll just walk away, which is hilarious the way that she does that, because she'll just stick her nose in the air as if to say, who do you think you are? Sorry, Betty, am I getting on your nerves? You were trying to sleep, weren't you? So there she is. She'll probably be in and out of videos from now on, because as I said, she doesn't leave me alone, so if I'm doing something, she wants to be there, and I mean there, in my face. She doesn't just sit next to me, she comes right up to me. If I'm reading a book, she'll sit on the book. If I'm watching TV, she'll literally put her face in mine. She actually went missing once. It was about, I think it was about 2 years ago now, 3 years ago. She went missing, and it wasn't until then I realised that she is actually with me all the time. When she's there all the time, you kind of, or I did, stop noticing. I don't mean I didn't give her any attention, I did. It's just that you just get used to her being there, and when she wasn't there, I really, really noticed it. And she went missing for about 3 days, and I was up and down the street asking everybody if they'd seen her, and they all had stories about her. She knows everybody, or everybody knows her, and they didn't all know her name, because she won't wear a collar. Every time I've put a collar on her, she gets rid of it. She is microchipped in her neck, so if anyone did find her, then recently. So it was a really upsetting time, and we thought we'd lost her. And then one day I was just working and I looked out the window and she was crawling up towards the house, and it was awful. It was a really like watching a film. It was awful, and she picked her up and took her straight to the vets, and she'd broken her hip. In fact, it was crushed. We live in Kent, which is in the south of England, which is a very green area, and there are lots of animals around, lots of fields around, and she used to go and play with a pair of donkeys. That sounds a bit weird, but there are a pair of donkeys that live nearby in a field, and she used to go and see them every day, and she used to run in and out of their legs and sleep with them during the day sometimes. So I think what had happened, or I'm just guessing what had happened, that she had been trodden on by one of the donkeys, or one of them had rolled on top of her when they were sleeping. I don't know what happened, but one side of her hips was crushed in and the other side was open, so she'd been stepped on the side, or either that or run over, so we don't know. But she found her way home after 3 days of being away. She found her way home and literally crawled home, using her front paws, and she had no claws left on the front. Poor little girl was devastated. She was really upset, hungry and skinny, and she's skinny anyway, so she was even more skinny. And there were operations that the vets could have given her, but they may not have worked. So what we decided to do in the end was keep her in a cage for, I can't remember how long it was now. It was a long time. I think it was about at least 2 months, if not longer. We kept her in a cage in the lounge, and she had one of those plastic collars around so that she couldn't lick herself. That was only on for a short while. Then it was taken off. But yeah, she didn't like being in that cage. But the reason for her being in a cage was so that she couldn't run around and couldn't walk very far. She had to be basically the equivalent of a human being bedridden, basically, so that her bones could heal. I gave her supplements as well. Yeah, she didn't like it in there at all. She was really upset. But we had to keep her in there, and it was heartbreaking. But yeah, she made it through, and her bones just seemed to have healed really well. And she doesn't walk with a limp. She just runs around like everything's fine. So I think she's looking at herself. Her tail's wagging. I don't know what's going on there. She's thinking, "Can you stop talking about me?" I thought you liked the attention, Mrs. show you one day. Why are you wagging your tail at me? Hey, and she's sticking her tongue out too. Anyway, this is Betty. Say hello, Betty. Say hello. Oh, maybe not. No. Okay. I hope everybody's doing okay.